Hey, it's Erika. We're going to be checking out Kai's Wait On Me dance practice. I am so excited to get a better look at this choreography because, oof, girl. But yeah, I want to see choreography for like every song on the album, but like, I'll take what I can get. I do hope the other tracks do have choreography, that we do see them. But yeah, Kai, Wait On Me, you know, with it, let go. I really have my boy working out. Okay. Just kind of like immediately sets the tone. Hey. Okay, Kai, eating it up. Woo. Nice. Okay. I like it. A. He's so, like, you can definitely see here how much he stands out differently from the dancers. A. And this is much more, I feel like, a low-key performance for him. I saw little clips of the studio Choom and he was going in. So some a little bit more laid back. I'm like, okay, eat king. Pretty, that was a dope little like picture. Okay, dance break! It's my concentration phase, if you don't know. Ooh, cool. Oh, okay! Okay. Sick dynamic. It's so interesting. I think he, like, here you can clearly see how much he stands out compared to, like, the dancers in the choreography and how much you sort of see his, like, own style. But Kai has this sort of just, like, very, like, natural swag. Like, the way he's just sort of, like, feels the movement. It's so, like, comfortable and, like, natural for him, you know what I mean? Especially being, like, sort of like a different dance style we haven't seen from him before. But I think that's, like, so cool about it is that, like, it seems much more natural for him to do the movements and he's much more comfortable in it than kind of like the dancers are, you know what I mean? Because I think especially, it just really depends on, like, the intention of the choreography and the performance and how you sort of want to attack it. That, like, sometimes, like, people go way too hard and just exaggerate, like, way too much and do way too much, like, emphasis on it. And I'm like, sometimes that's not the beauty in the movement. The beauty is much more, I don't know if, like, I don't know necessarily, like, the control of it or, like, I don't know, but there's just, like, something that's where he just feels so, like, comfortable and natural, like, doing the movements and stuff. And I kind of see, like, the way the dancers do it, and it's much more, like, the style of dance isn't necessarily in, like, they almost attack it in like a knife cut, be very like sharp type of way. I feel like that's not necessarily the style of dance that it's calling for, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's a lot more kind of like what you see based off of just like the choreography in just like general, but I'm just like, sometimes it's not about just being like so kind of just like sharp and hitting with it. Sometimes it's just like a little, just like you're kind of feeling it, you're feeling the beat, you're feeling the rhythm, you're feeling the movement type of thing, you know what I mean? So in versus, I feel like when you're dancing for like rhythm and like vibes, you know what I mean, it's very different than dancing choreographically, you know what I mean? Like there's very much like a difference between the two, and I feel like Kai just sort of sits in like a really sort of balanced position for that, versus when the dancers are doing it, it's like they're kind of going for like that sharpness and that execution, versus I just kind of need a little bit more groove and stuff, you know what I mean? But like that's definitely what I'm kind of like seeing being so distinct there, and sort of maybe trying to explain why I feel like it's so distinct, you know what I mean, between the movements or whatever, and they feel it, you know, when it comes to a groove, they kind of eat it up, you know what I mean? But I think versus just like kind of just like feeling the movement in like a sharp but like groovy way, it's very different than sort of just like, I don't know, just going for like the intentional sharpness within like behind the move, you know what I mean? So that's what I really like about Kai's performance here, you know what I mean? And when I saw a new studio trip, I saw him go in, you know what I mean? But it could also be like the camera angles, you know what I mean? But like Kai's also just like the type of dancer that's going to, a performer that's going to really much more attack the movement. So while this performance seemed a lot more kind of like low-key versus kind of like I feel like clips I've seen of him, which I do love this kind of his performance here of it, and obviously the more attacking, the more sharpness, the more like emphasis type of thing, definitely I guess like works for like a performance or whatever. But sometimes I just like when you're just kind of sitting in it, I just kind of like, I feel like it just works more. Like for example, I always use the example of just like when I see dance covers of Britney Spears' I'm a Slave for You, you know what I mean? And some people just throw like so much into like the movement, but then I'm just like, sometimes it's just like kind of just like the, I don't know, they're just like something that era captured. It's something about Britney's specific style of dance and choreography, to where it's much more, sometimes it's not about how intense you do the movement, but it's just kind of just like how you kind of almost like sit in it, you know what I mean? But yeah, because I feel like you can find so many covers of it, especially just going like TikTok and look at like dance covers, and some people are much more like, even when Britney was going in, it was like still not as like exaggerated or all like the movement, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just kind of like how I'm kind of seeing it a little bit. And maybe it is just like one viewing of it. It's not a total complete analysis of the choreography and what Kai's doing versus the dancers, but I guess that's a little bit of kind of like what I'm seeing. But even with all of that, I still think it's amazing choreography. I still think Kai does a fantastic job with it. The dancers were also really killing it. So yeah, I think it's still amazing. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's nuance to opinions that people don't like because they have to think. Go to put your thoughts in the comments down below what you thought about Kai's Wait On Me dance practice. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. Want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, threads, or description down below. Or at the end screen if you like gaming content. I have a gaming channel called Erika. Currently playing Batman Arkham City and Assassin's Creed Shadows, so hope you can join me over there for that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.